All right, the court will revoke, find you guilty, sentence you to 8 years in the prison. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 1107 State versus Angel Cantu. Could I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Warren Gary for Angel Cantu.
And are you Angel Cantu?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Angel Antonio Cantu who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 1107 for the offense of indecency with a child's sexual contact on August 25th, 2022 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violation condition number 13A. On or about the 11th day of September 2025 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Angel Antonio Cantu, did then and there fail to comply with the instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Sex Offender Program, and that the defendant admitted to having internet identifiers on Discord, Kick, and other social media platforms. Violation of condition number 13.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure. Violation condition number 13B. On or about the 16th day of September 2025 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Angel Antonio Cantu, failed to comply with the instructions of Lone Star Offender Treatment Program, his court-ordered sex offender treatment program, in that the defendant failed to progress toward reasonable treatment goals and was terminated from treatment in violation condition number 13B.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure. Violation condition number 13JA. On or about the 11th day of September 2025 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Angel Antonio Cantu, did then and there failed to comply with the instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Sex Offender Program, and that the defendant admitted to accessing the internet on an unmonitored device in violation of condition number 13JA.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. Violation condition number 13L. On or about the 11th day of
Let me just stop you all. Are you all doing 13L but not 13F?
13F and 19 are going to be waived by the state.
Okay. Do you really need 13L?
You can waive 13L as well.
No objection, Judge.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to 13A, 13B, 13JA, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 13A, 13B, and 13JF?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find 13A, 13B, and 13JF true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. That is to grant the state's motion, revoke the defendant's probation, adjudicate him guilty, and sentence the defendant to 8 years in prison.
All right. Why should I follow this?
So Judge, Mr. Cantu so these allegations arrive from Mr. Cantu's own statement. So he was self-disclosing of these things during the process of which he was getting treatment for under the sex offenders program. He had been asked by his counselor, through the various ways they go through counseling, how are you doing? What's going on? He self-reported these incidences. The thing that what I understand from how I've looked at this case is that my client has had struggles with doing probation. I think ultimately probation is good because it helps us find these issues where we have problems that kind of relapse up. I think given that Mr. Cantu has indicated, we're here today because he's not hiding anything. He's not proud of what he did, and he has indicated to me that he understands that this it's not good, and he shouldn't have been doing it in the first place, Judge.
So has he had contact with the complainant?
Judge, it is my understanding that he has not. I do have the mother of the complainant here is present, if you would like us to call her, Judge.
I mean, well, you talked to her. She's saying that he hasn't had contact?
That is what she said, Judge, and I understand that's only her statement.
All right. And how old is the complainant?
I'm gonna get her.
How old is the complainant?
My mother. 14, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge 14 at the time of the
Can I get that? Yes.
Oh, okay. I do remember this case now. And I'm sorry, could I have the trial court certification? All right. And I'm sorry, State, why should I follow your agreement?
In the contention of justice with this coming about. Fair prison sentence from the state point of view.
I'm sorry?
It's a fair prison sentence from the state point of view.
So what has he done on probation?
I'm sorry, his probation officer was here a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But according to the court summary, there has been 3 negative UAs. He was in sex offender treatment, but there was some issues there. As far as anything else, he was on the so moved caseload, but there's a total credit of $1,163 toward his supervision fees. But other than that, Judge, nothing.
Are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will revoke, find you guilty, sentence you to 8 years in the prison. There's to be no contact with the complainant, no residing in households with minors, no contact with minors, and Chapter 62 registration. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement? Oh, I'm sorry, I need that back. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Could I have his file back, please?
Yes, ma'am.
With the trial court certification?
Yeah.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Under Article 42, A.751 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, a court may revoke deferred adjudication community supervision, enter a finding of guilt, and impose sentence when a defendant violates supervision conditions and pleads true. Applying that authority here, the court addressed the state's motion to enter adjudication after the defendant admitted multiple violations of supervision terms, including unauthorized internet access and failure to comply with court-ordered treatment requirements. A plea of true to those violations provided a sufficient legal basis for revocation without further evidentiary findings. The court accepted a negotiated agreement, formally adjudicated guilt, and imposed an 8-year term of imprisonment, which falls within the statutory punishment range for the underlying felony offense. Additional conditions were imposed as required by law, including no contact with the complainant, restrictions involving minors, and registration obligations under Chapter 62 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Because the adjudication and sentence were imposed pursuant to a plea agreement, the defendant waived the right to appeal, rendering the judgment final and enforceable. This case demonstrates the legal operation of deferred adjudication in Texas. It remains conditional, and once violations are admitted, the court's full sentencing authority is restored.